Adelaide Oval. It was the first test of the border Gavaskar trophy. India had won the toss earlier and fought their way to a subpar 244 in the pink ball test on a difficult greenish Adelaide Oval wicket, thanks to Virat Kohli, Pujara and Rahane. The bowlers had responded well to skittle out the shaky Australian batting for 191, giving India the first innings lead of 53 runs. India were on top and needed to score just about another 200 runs to win the first away pink ball test. But then
retired hurt. Australia could not have wished for anything more this morning.
36 all out. It was a humiliating defeat from a position of strength for India, who clearly were the better side and way ahead of Australia at the end of day 2. For any team to come back from such a big loss was always going to be tough, let alone playing away from home. But then there were more problems to deal with. Kohli had flown back to India for the birth of his first child. Shami had injured his arm during what turned out to be the last ball of the Indian second innings in Adelaide and was ruled out for the rest of the tournament. Rahane was handed the captaincy as planned, and he had some tough decisions to make. He made 4 changes to the 11. 2 of them, of course, were forced. Prithvi Shaw made way for Shubman Gill's debut at the opening slot. Mohammad Siraj also debuted for the injured Shami. Rishabh Pant was preferred for his batting over Saha, especially in the absence of Virat Kohli. And then the surprise replacement for Virat Kohli was Jadeja, because they wanted an all-rounder in the side. On top of badly losing the first test and making 4 changes to the 11, Rahane lost the toss and Australia chose to bat first. India did not have a great record chasing targets outside of India. The odds were against India leveling the series. But the Indians had other plans. They showed great character on an unusually green MCG pitch that had bounce, carry, some movement and spin as well. Once Ashwin dismissed Steve Smith again and the debutant Siraj strangled Labuschagne, India were on top and managed to get Australia out for another sub-200 score before the end of the first day's play. Mayank Agarwal was again exposed by Stark and fell in the first over of the reply. But debutant Gill and experienced Pujara blunted out the bowling to survive the rest of day 1. Day 2, and Gill showed a glimpse of his class on his way to 45 on his debut innings before getting out, quickly followed by Pujara, leaving India in a spot of bother at 64 for 3. In walked Rahane and Vihari, who showed intent in defence and blunted the deadly Australian lineup of Stark, Cummins, Hazelwood and Lyon on a helpful wicket. Once Vihari got out trying to dominate Lyon, Pant came in and looked positive and increased the scoring rate before falling to extra bounce from Stark. Then came the match-defining partnership between Rahane and Jadeja, who played out the only wicketless session of the series so far and ended up the day, surpassing the Australian first innings score. Day 3 began well as Jadeja and Rahane extended the lead, and in the process, Rahane reached his 100 and was looking comfortable. Rahane's celebration of his century encompassed his humility and character. The pitch had eased out a bit, and both of them looked like they were never going to get out, until Rahane took a quick single to help Jadeja reach his 50 and was found short of his crease. Rahane left the crease with an encouraging message to Jadeja to keep going on. As the wicket was flattening out, Stark came around the wicket to Jadeja with a hostile spell of short bowling, forcing the error from Jadeja, dismissing him for 57. The Indian tail did not wag for long and were eventually bowled out for 326 with a healthy lead of 131. The pitch having flattened, Indians expected a fight back from the Australian batsmen this time around. Add to that, Umesh was injured during his 4th over and could take no part in the rest of the match. Yet again, Indian bowlers showed patience and character to stifle the Australian batting, forcing errors, and had taken 6 wickets by the end of day 3 with the Australian score at 133. Indians were again on top of the game, dominating the Australians for 3 days. But the memories of 36 all-out from the previous test would have been fresh in their minds. The Australian tail wagged as expected on a now flat pitch, but the depleted Indian bowling showed fight to end the Australian innings at 200 by lunchtime, leaving the batsmen 70 to get to win one of the best comebacks for an Indian team. Mayank and Pujara went early, but Gill and Rahane showed their class and ended up chasing the target in under 16 overs to give India one of the best overseas wins in history. During the press conference, Rahane repeated that the team had shown great character to bounce back from such a big loss and win away from home. In a year such as 2020, where things have not been easy or normal for almost anyone in the world, there were few silver linings. International and national sports resumed under strict bubbles all over the world. The first test match after the break was played between England and West Indies, with all players standing together for the Black Lives Matter movement. The IPL was played in UAE without any crowds, but entertained the world with their close matches and high quality of cricket. And as a thank you note at the end of one of the toughest years, Indians and all cricket lovers around the world were given a blessing to witness one of the finest performances against all odds by any Indian cricket team abroad. On that note, let me sign off by wishing everyone a very happy New Year and thanking you all for the support to our small channel. Please do subscribe and share this video with your family and friends, and we will see you all in 2021.